Ugh, got someone in your life who has everything? Well, if that everything includes joint pain, give the gift of joint pain relief with Sierra Sil, helping them or their pet live their best, most active life. Find them at natural health stores, London Drugs, Walmart, and yes, Amazon. There's time, and keep the receipt for that 14-day pain relief guarantee.
Just go to sierrasil.com. Sierra like the mountains, and Sil is SIL.com. When you make a purchase, get 10% off using your code GF.
We are one ho short of ho ho ho, so Lisa, one of us is going to have to pick up the slack.
This is Gracefully and Frankly, and I'm Lisa Brandt.
I'm Erin Davis. Super to have you with us for what we thought would be the last show of the year, but no. We're doing a bonus episode next week, which will be brand new. It won't be stuff that's recycled like the food you're going to be eating for the rest of next week, so don't worry about that. This week's show, some wines are not meant to be made. We're going to tell you about the one you definitely should not take to your friends on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's, whatever. Do not bring this wine.
The struggle is real when it comes to Christmas gifts. How do you decide what you're going to do if you're having a minimalist Christmas, if you're giving to somebody you don't know as well, if your brother, for example, says, I don't want anything, so every year you buy a bigger stocking because we're only doing stockings. It is real, and there's something called reverse gifting that's got a real fancy name, but it's just a simple way of going about planning what you're going to get people for a gift.
The gift of a postal strike. Now, but I'm ducking because a lot of people are really angry, very upset about gifts that aren't going to make it. But maybe there's a gift in there of a little less stress when it comes to Christmas cards. I know at home when Rob gets home on Boxing Day, Lisa, because I'm staying here for another couple of months, which should make you happy because you're coming to visit me. But
yes,
but there's a stack of Christmas cards waiting for him to stamp, lick, mail when he gets home. Do we bother to send them out and say, look, you're going to get this in the middle of January, but you need to know? Or maybe that's the time people need to be reminded how much they're loved. What do you think? The January card.
That could be. My audiologist got these fancy cards done up with these special photos of the irises of the eyes of everybody on staff and this special photographic thing, and had them all done and everything. And she had stickers made that say Happy Valentine's Day, and she's having them put on off the front of all the envelopes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Eyes? Are you sure that this is your audiologist when she's sending out pictures of irises? I mean,
yeah,
that's a different hole, Lisa.
The ear is ugly. The eyes are beautiful.
Okay. Hey, Speaking of openings, I read this joke the other day and it made me laugh out loud that at my dentist's office, they've put a little donation box on the counter that's in the shape of a mouth. I hope that my gynecologist doesn't get the same idea. No. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yes. What else is coming up? Well, the difficulty of giving presents to adults and to kids far away and some of our workarounds. But we are hard to buy for because when we want something, we go out and buy it. In fact, I saw online you unboxing Envy Pillows copper sheets. Girl, I had such FOMO. It's like, I want to try those. I'll take the box.
Well,
tell me about them.
They're gorgeous. They're really soft, and yet they don't feel like tissue paper. You know, sometimes when you get sheets that are really soft, they don't feel strong. These feel like they're going to stand up for a long, long time. They have the copper in them, of course, but I have to tell you that Envy Pillow only has sheets so far on pre-order.
Oh.
So somehow I got some VIP treatment and got my sheets early. So I did the unboxing in the little video that went on Instagram and stuff, but now I find out that, oh no, I'm really early to the party. So they're not quite available yet.
And you can find out more about them by going to Envy. Yeah, they put the freaking Envy in Envy for me for those sheets. Thank you. Envypillow.com, ENVY pillow.com, and use the code GF to get 10% off. what is this reverse gifting that so many people are talking about? And you are too. I don't know what that is. Is it re-gifting or what is it?
No, it's not re-gifting. It's a reaction to getting bad gifts over the years. And there's actually a financial version of reverse gifting where you give things that people are going to inherit while you're still alive. But that's not what this is. It is making a list through the year and just staying active in your listening and making sure you get people stuff that they actually want. So then by the time the holidays come around, you're not scrambling and freaking out what you're going to get for somebody because you already have this list. That's all it is. And millennials have given it a name. It's like, oh, we've discovered this. It's reverse gifting. And it's probably what women especially have been doing their whole lives, especially if you have kids and in-laws and all these other people you have to buy for. You just listen and understand what people are all about and what they want. Like if somebody sees something, goes, oh, I don't really want to spend the money on that right now, but I sure love it. Ding, ding, ding.
Great idea.
You file that away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we do that for our husbands. Derek is the kind of guy who, if I say that I want something or like something, he will get it for me that minute. So I just need him to put it off until Christmas.
Right, or get it and put it away.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Just making it a bit of a project and keeping track of it. It's probably something you do, don't you?
Well,
No?
I should. Well, the problem is I have so few people in my life to give gifts to.
Right.
And so I know that the grandkids are going to get whatever they want for Christmas from either Santa or their parents or their other grandparents. But, we came up with the perfect idea for them. And I'm not going to say what it is till next week because I've been struggling so much, Lisa, to get away from gifts because they get so many on Christmas morning.
Right.
And I want it to be experiences. But if you want to get experiences for people who live away or whatever, if I'm getting them an experience, the parents have to be on board, right? Because, if it's a day at a batting cage or, a couple hours or something, the parents are going to have to schlep them there and all of that. So we've struggled with that this year, but we finally came up with something to a really good resolution. So we are going to do that Boxing Day show, and I'll tell the story and the reaction then. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic. I am with you on not having that many people to buy for. I actually feel like I wish I had more people.
Yes.
You end up giving to charity or doing whatever it is you do, or maybe our town did this thing where we got purses and put feminine products in and personal products and a bunch of different things. There were all these things you had to get, and everybody got a purse and did this, and that was really cool. But then that's over. I want to do more.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Or a lipstick or a chapstick, or I just love the idea. I'm getting tampons for Christmas.
Well, obviously it's for people who are less fortunate, but it's kind of cool because they get a purse and they get gift cards, and it's a really practical gift and in a nice handbag. So, yeah.
Oh, that is a great idea. And then they can re-gift the bag or do whatever they want. I love that. My sister does that. She delivers with her concierge delivery service in West Kelowna. And there's a woman who needs a lot, and through the year she'll say, oh, I wish I had some ketchup, because she gets stuff from the food bank. And so Leslie puts together this whole list of things that she says she wished she had, and then on Christmas it happens. So It's really neat.
Nice.
You know what we're trying to find for my dad, and apparently whenever it comes into the superstore in Kelowna, it just flies off the shelf, contrary to the old trope about everybody hating it, is fruitcake.
Right.
My dad loves fruitcake. His mom used to make them, and she'd send us all out one, but it just got too expensive. All the ingredients became too expensive.
I was talking with some elderly people this week about how much they love fruitcake.
Yeah.
And the one woman said she stopped making it because of the cost of everything that goes into it. So if you can find a good chunk of it for like $10 or something, you're doing pretty well. I don't think anybody needs the whole big mess of fruitcake, do you? I have doorstops.
I was going to say, unless they need a doorstop, but it does last forever.
Right.
And I love that next week you're going to be sharing with us a list of how long leftovers should stay in the fridge. I think fruitcake, they say, is going to last, long after they're still digging up. Paleontologists are figuring out that we mated with Neanderthals millions of years ago, and that they did their wooing over a big slab of fruitcake. I think that's what they're going to find out.
I don't doubt it. I have 2% Neanderthal in my DNA, by the way, so you know that there was some of that hanky-panky fruitcake stuff going on in my history. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Really? That showed up in your 23andMe?
Yep, it did. Everybody has a bit, and mine is average. Like, some people have a lot more, some people have a lot less. And
Oh, we know some people have a lot more. We've dated them, Lisa. Come on. Jeez.
Yes. What would you like for dinner, sir?
Yeah, the paleo diet for this guy, for sure. The whole Marie Kondo idea. In fact, I think it's pretty much you who introduced it to me, because you were onto this whole idea pretty much from the jump.
Oh, if it doesn't give you joy, get rid of it type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just one more way to look at decluttering as far as I'm concerned. I declutter to a fault. But yeah, her way of looking at things applies to so many aspects of our lives, though.
And this is something that people are moving into the holidays with, and they are finding that there is more in doing less and not being so up against it when it comes to throwing the perfect Christmas and digging so hard to make it all magic. For example, a lot of people, and because of the postal strike, have found it kind of freeing not to be sending out Christmas cards this year, or holiday cards in general.
I think that's a lot of the source of the stress of the holidays, is the things we feel we must do, the traditions to uphold and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the meals that have to be perfect, the silent night and the tree and all that kind of thing. I read somewhere that in Iceland, on Christmas Eve, everybody gives everybody else a book. And that book is to be read Christmas Eve for a silent night. What do you think of that?
It's a great idea, because I remember frenzy and having to open a present so I wouldn't get sick to my stomach from nerves, getting so excited as a kid. If it was more about calming down and regulating emotions, wouldn't that be better?
I think it would be.
Yeah.
And what better gift to give someone than a book that you have chosen especially for them? It really is one of the most personal gifts you can give someone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And we were talking about gifts and getting bad gifts, and how usually a bad gift is when somebody gives you something they like, not something you would like. But a book is a different story, because if they give you a different story, pun intended, but if they give you a book that they like, somehow that's better than just giving you some sort of a book that everybody else seems to be talking about or whatever. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's got a little bit of them in it, because books are so personal.
Mm-hmm. You got to be kind of careful, though, if it's like how to fix your screwed up life, you idiot. Something like
Yeah, I was upset when you gave me that last year. But
yeah.
It actually turned out to be really good, because we had a table that was a little uneven, so it's holding up the one leg.
There. Well, the gift you gave me this year was the link to BookBub, which we mentioned a few weeks ago, and it really does sound like they're a sponsor. But every morning I get that email, and I see if there's going to be one that I want to read. And a couple of days ago, there was even one from one of my favorite authors, the Canadian Linwood Barclay. So, yay.
Yes, I got that one too.
I'd already read it.
Right, because it's not just the stuff that didn't sell or whatever. There's a whole mix of things in there, former bestsellers and all sorts of stuff. That's what I love about it too. And they keep you from having to go hunting.
Right, yes. Now, Rob and I are having trouble this year doing Christmas gifts, because up until about a week ago, we weren't going to do anything, and then I changed my mind.
Oh, no. So, Robin, you are having trouble because of you. Okay, all right, yeah.
Well, that's usually us in a nutshell, Lisa. Let's be honest, right?
Biting my lip. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But, we used to do it up so big. You never know the memories that you're making at the time and how long you're going to want to hold on to them. So this year, I kind of changed the game plan, and I said, I keep remembering this quote from Irma Bombeck, who was such a wonderful humorist back in the 70s, and she died far too young from breast cancer. And she said, this is a downer, I'll admit it, there is nothing sadder in the world than waking up Christmas morning and not being a child.
Yep.
Isn't it true?
It is true. We have the memory of, my brother and I getting up in the wee hours and running downstairs all excited. And that kind of excitement, you just can't replicate again.
No.
Maybe there's something, a grandchild being born. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as far as Christmas goes, it just doesn't come back quite like that.
Yeah. And that's a high you can never chase. You can try.
Yeah.
So what you do is you find it in children's faces if you can on Christmas morning. However you do it. This year, of course, we're away from our grandkids, and they're in Ottawa, and they'll be spending time with Brooke's mom, their other grandmother, and they've got everything they need, as I say. So we're going to give them an experience and then tell it to them on FaceTime so that we can see their reaction.
Oh, that's wonderful. FaceTime is the best.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, I changed my mind on something else, too. You could set your watch by how often I change my mind. But this year being a different kind of Christmas, and we came down here to California to a house with no decorations. We're just kind of, nope, no Christmas. We're going to treat it like U.S. Thanksgiving. It's nice for them, but we're not doing it. But a friend you introduced us to, Wanda Love.
Yeah.
She and her husband have a place that they come to here for the winter, and they're Canadians, live in the Guelph area. And she invited Rob and me over for Christmas Day with a motley crew of other stragglers. And so,
nice.
Yeah, she said it won't be fancy. We don't have a table big enough for everybody. And I thought, you know what? I can do that. I can do it.
Absolutely, you can.
So that's what we're doing.
It'll be good to have the distraction and be around other people. And I'm really glad you're going to do it. I'm very glad.
Me too. Because we could dig in our heels and say, nope, we decided this year we're going to be miserable, damn it. But really, who does that hurt? Us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay to opt out of things. It's absolutely okay. But I think you and Wanda hit it off like I knew you would. She and Denny are wonderful people, and it's just so casual and friendly, and there's no drama, there's no airs, there's nothing going on, it's just going to be a nice, wonderful day. Oh, now I wish I was there.
I wish you were too, but we are going to get together for drag queen brunch when you're here in January, and I'm very excited about that.
Me too.
But here's a tip I gave to Wanda, and she's already got things covered in this department, but I'm going to share it with everybody here in case you've missed me rave about this in the past. Pre-made, not dried or dehydrated, but pre-made mashed potatoes are a wife-saver. Costco sells them in great big tubs, but you can get them by Yoder's in the grocery store. They're in little plastic pouches. You find them usually where the deli meats are or whatever. Pre-made mashed potatoes with or without lumps. And you just squeeze them into a greased casserole dish. You heat them up in the microwave. You top them. You mix in whatever makes your potato special, whether it's sour cream or cream cheese or whatever. And voila, no peeling, no boiling, no mashing, done. I love my pre-made mashed potatoes.
I make the boxed stuffing, I must admit. I don't make a whole bird. I make the box stuffing. I throw some bacon in it. I throw a bunch of different things in it, like thyme and all sorts of stuff. Only my brother and Derek are here, as well as me. I don't eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be drying bread and making all this stuff. They're just as happy with it. But the potatoes I make fresh, which I'm not sure that I got it right, but... it's such an easy day for me, and I feel almost guilty sometimes. Like, I think of my grandmother.
Oh, my God.
With every burner on the stove and the oven going. And
oh, my gosh. Can you imagine, how much stress on our moms and grandmothers and all that? And people who said, I'm having 16. What? I can't even imagine that. I just can't.
Well, our friends will have about that many, maybe a dozen in Niagara, and we'll go down probably this weekend and have dinner with them. And it's always a big thing. They love doing that. And this is something that I think about every Christmas time is how, people have these wonderful open houses with millions of people and on. And I don't have the wherewithal to do it. It's just not something that's in my wheelhouse. And I was reading Connie Chung's autobiography, her memoir, and she said in 10 years living in this fabulous New York apartment, they probably had one dinner party.
Wow.
And that's partly because of their hours, but also because it's just not her thing. And it kind of made me feel a little bit better, actually.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I was an easy host, but I'm just not. Not. Not the kind of easy that's 2 drinks, I'm happy, 3 at the most, 4, I'm under the table, and 5, I'm under the host. Something like that. Yeah. Maybe that was my problem. I don't know.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so what are you going to take to Wanda and Denise's place for Christmas?
So let's see, we're going to take some non-alcoholic beverages, maybe a 0 beer or something, if anybody's interested in that, or a non-alcoholic wine. And I said, okay, appies, but if I wanted to bring a wine that absolutely nobody would drink, I think I would pick this one, Lisa.
Okay.
Pizza Hut down here in the States is selling a tomato wine. Ugh. And it's meant to taste like pizza.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh, yuck. I don't even like tomato juice. A clamato, tomato, any of that stuff just turns me right off. That sounds horrible. Are people buying it?
I don't know. They are selling it. That's a very good question. If you sell it, will people buy it? And they're saying, why not be the one to bring the party with the gift of pizza, wine, and a triple treat box designed to ignite fun and conversation. Oh, and maybe some projectile... Oh, never mind. They didn't say that. Yes, they took a beloved classic pairing, Lisa, of pizza and red wine and flipped it on its head as we aim to spark intrigue and create a more memorable holiday pizza party. Is that what you mean by memorable?
Why didn't they make pizza that tasted like wine?
There you go. You see,
that
ding, 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 ding. There's your idea.
Oh, my goodness.
They sell it for $25. A bottle of tomato wine. You can get some fairly good California wines down here for half that, but you have to buy at least 2 of them. And the limited edition set for $60. Oh, my gosh. You know what? Even if I was still drinking, I would be tempted to buy a bottle just to do an on-screen taste test.
Yeah.
But no, I ain't breaking my sobriety for some wretched tomato wine.
I think it's a talking point, which we are proving right now. And it's probably one of those things where if somebody can't think of a gift, it's a gag gift.
Literally gagging. Good
yes,
for you.
in 2 ways. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of things you might not want to ingest, we got so many responses last week about my whole CBD/THC thing. Yeah. And people who had their own experiences and thought it was very funny, which it was. I mean, my life is okay to laugh at because I do too. But a friend of mine suggested chewing on peppercorns is a folk remedy for coming down from the greening high.
Wow. I've never heard of that.
Neither have I. Anyway, what I should have added to the story last week is that I had already taken a fairly strong painkiller. And so I think that, it was just a combination of stuff. But living and learning, and Lefty finally stopped hurting by about Friday of last week. So it went on all week, and she's all better now.
Well, that's good. I know you love peppercorns because you carry a little pepper grinder in your handbag.
True.
It is true, but chewing on them, singularly, is that something you would normally do?
No, I wouldn't normally, but I sure would if it meant getting some relief from this. So thanks, Nancy, for that tip. We appreciate it.
I'm not going to try it, but I appreciate it.
Exactly. You and I have been Oh, this is more proof that Erin changes her mind like most people change their underwear daily, sometimes twice, depending on the stress level. So we went back and forth. Should we take the week off between Christmas and New Year's, not do a show? Because everybody does that, right? Some people leave in the middle of December and don't come back till whenever. But you know what? True story. I think you feel the same way, but I just love doing this so much. My time with you, our time with listeners, that I felt like we were ripping ourselves off by not doing a show to drop Boxing Day. And thank God, finally you went along with it, because you kept going, wait, I thought we weren't. Oh, so we are now?
I'm just trying to catch up. I'm not a very lame Ginger Rogers trying to keep up with Fred Astaire, but it's fine with me either way. You do the heavy lifting on the podcast as far as the behind the scenes stuff, so I don't want to be the one to say, yeah, why don't you do all this? Yeah,
you see?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Boy, we're really digging back like 90 years into the references here, but our folks get it, see?
Yeah.
Okay, so we decided we would do a show next week, but not before we put it to our listeners. Would you be around to even listen? And only one person said, I don't have time. So I blocked her. No, I didn't.
No,
it would never. And everybody else said absolutely. So, yeah, we're doing a show next week. And in the comments in that question, we got just the sweetest response from a woman named Brenda.
Brenda wrote yes to the question. Confession here. I've heard about the GNF podcast for ages and thought maybe I should listen. So I started at episode 100. So then I went to 70 and have been listening nightly, currently at number 90, and fit in the new ones as they are released. I have an aversion to most podcasts as they are too long, too much pontificating, boring, etc. You are none of these and seem to have found the sweet spot with respect to timing and pacing of topics. So yes, would love an extra for the holidays. Well, you got it, Brenda. Thank you very much for sending that response. And how sweet is that?
Really is. Thank you. And I owe a lot of the podcast pacing and topics to Lisa, because sometimes I just want to fly right off the handle, like, what the heck with Chrystia Freeland this week? But I'm not going to, you see. So we're trying to keep this as politics free as we can. This should be your safe and happy zone. And so our safe and happy zone is doing another show with you next week. This show, admittedly, this week has been a little different. It's been a little more introspective and fewer hot topics and hey, you know, what do you think of this? But I kind of like it this week, too, because it feels like we're getting together and just sitting over a glass of tomato wine and talking about the year that's passed.
Let me get the hot sauce. That'll make that tomato wine go down well. So the one woman who said, no, I don't have time, it will be sitting there waiting out of context for whenever you do have time. That's the lovely thing about podcasts. You choose when to listen to it.
Thank you for that. You can always comment on our Gracefully and Frankly Facebook page. And, of course, you can email us at gracefullyfrankly@gmail.com.
One of the other ways we're getting feedback, as you know, Erin, is voice messaging through our Facebook page, and it's just sending a voice message instead of a typed message, and we're having a lot of fun going through those.
Yeah, we really are. Please keep them going. We got this voicemail, and you said, you want to do this? And I said, okay. So let me give you a little bit of background on this song, if you want to tell everybody what the song is that we're going to hear, Lisa.
I remember hearing it on CHFI regularly when you and Mike Cooper were in your heyday on the morning show, and it's the two of you singing Baby, It's Cold Outside. And you know, it's funny, in recent years, of course, it's caught the ear of some overcorrecting people thinking, well, what is this? He's telling her to stay and not go. And no, that's not what's happening at all here. How did the song start?
Well, initially it was written by a husband and wife, and they would perform it at their dinner parties as a final number to get everybody to leave the house. Most of the lyrics that come off as creepy out of context, and honestly, the song got canceled during Me Too, are actually more about how a woman wouldn't be allowed to hook up without being cast out in 1950s society. It's a choreographed dance back and forth, like, I really can't stay.
Right.
Not a pursuit. So that is according to somebody I read on Threads. And, if you can't believe something you read on social media, Lisa.
Well, I always thought it was a little bit of a pursuit and that was okay. Like I say, maybe the guy was chew your arm off ugly and he needed to convince her. Who knows? But I think it's sweet. And it's really fun the way you two do it.
Well, thank you. And so we will play you this voicemail, and then we will play you the version of Mike Cooper, my longtime and absolute bestest radio partner, singing Baby It's Cold Outside. The music bed we chose was too high, so we had to pitch it down so it sounds like the orchestra's drunk. It sounds like we are too, but we're not. And we will wish you, as you listen to this, a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, which also starts the same day. And we'll be back with you on Boxing Day. Thank you, Lisa. I love you.
I love you, Erin, and I love you and Mike together here.
Okay, bye.
If you're going to do a Christmassy type podcast, Erin, why don't you play yours and Mike's version of Baby It's Cold Outside? I heard it today, but not by you guys. But your version is as good as any. So maybe play that. It's only a couple minutes long. Just my suggestion.
Can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
Been hoping that you'll drop in.
so very nice.
I'll hold your hands. Ooh, they're just like ice.
My mother will start to worry.
Beautiful, what's your hurry?
My father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace roar.
So really, I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, just don't hurry.
Well, maybe just a half a drink more.
Put some music on while I pour.
The neighbors might think.
Baby, it's bad out there.
Say, oh, what's in this drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how.
Your eyes are like starlight now.
To break this spell.
I'll take your hat, your hair looks swell.
Thanks. I ought to say no,
Mind
sir.
if I move in a little bit closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense in hurting my pride?
Really can't stay.
Baby, don't hold out.
But baby,
it's cold
outside. I simply must go.
Baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This welcome has been
I'm lucky that you dropped in.
so nice and warm.
Look out the window at the storm.
My sister will be suspicious.
Man, your lips look so delicious.
My brother will be there at the door.
Waves upon a tropical shore.
My maiden aunt's mind, ooh, it's vicious.
Gosh, your lips look delicious.
Well, maybe just a half a drink more.
Never such a blizzard before.
I got to go home.
Oh, baby, you'll freeze out there.
Oh, lend me your coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been grand.
Your eyes are like starlight now.
But don't you see?
How can you do this thing to me?
There's bound to be talk tomorrow.
Imagine my lifelong sorrow.
At least there will be plenty implied.
You caught pneumonia and died.
I really can't stay.
Get over that. Hold up,
But baby, it's
cold